What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? T to the M to the IDD, and I am here in Miami creating content, and I decided to make this video especially for you all out there. Now, I have spoken about this topic times before, but what makes this different in that we have it coming straight from a model's perspective. So here to help me with this video is Miss Selena Chita.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, so she is going to give us her perspective on this issue. But if you're looking at this title, you're probably wondering, T-Mid, what are you talking about? What do we need to stop doing? And I'm here to say it because I hear it from the models and I hear from clients, and it's becoming more and more spoken about. Okay. And that is stop editing those damn photos so much. Excuse the swear word. But to be quite frank, I think there was a time where editing the photos a lot to where the skin is really smooth, it almost looks not real. Okay. There was a time where that was popular, but now I believe that models, clients, they don't like that. They want the photos to look like it is really them. Okay. Now you have some models that wants it to look fake and, give them the BBL and all of that. But for the most part, they want it to look real. Okay. So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into that. But we have Miss Selena, and I want her to give you a model perspective. Miss Selena,
Uh-huh.
how do you feel about this?
Good. I don't feel comfortable with that situation because uh where they edit a lot of photos and for put the skin more, how you say, smooth, and the opposite too with more contrast.
Yeah.
The if I had a mark,
Oh, yeah.
looks more than the norm.
Intense. Oh, okay.
It's like I don't look like this. And it's like I made me feel like I'm ugly. Like
So, okay. So you don't think that it shows your beauty? It's the opposite.
and when I do the photos with a photographer, I obviously want to look beautiful and successful and powerful. I don't want to look like other person or plastic person or things like that. I want to look like I am and maybe, okay, a little retouch, but so small that you can see really.
Okay. Okay. I think that is a good point that she says just a little bit of edit. Okay. There's levels to it. And honestly, I believe that now, for example, when I edit my photos, I do very, very minimal editing. There may be some marks here. I'll take those out, but I'm not going too dramatic because then the person starts to look like someone else. Okay. So there's three kind of things that I want to touch on with this. And this is to help your process. Okay. Now, the first one is something that I always do. Okay. And that is shooting RAW and JPEG. The RAW file, you are able to manipulate a lot more. You have a lot more information. The reason that I have the JPEG is for this reason of not over editing the photo. The JPEG gives you kind of a preset of the image. So now I can take this image of how she actually looks, and I can take the photo that I'm editing and I can compare them. So that way I can look at my photo I'm editing and say, oh, am I editing too much? Does she still look the same? And it gives me a good point of reference. Okay. So RAW and JPEG can be your best friend when you're editing. The next thing that's going to help you is color grading. Okay. The color grading is so important. And the RAW and JPEG can help you with this too. It can help you keep track of your colors. I use this all of the time because the color grading is what's going to really help you narrow down your model, your client's skin color. Okay. So how do you feel about that?
Terrible. Terrible. Because it's really frustrated that when other people maybe see my photos and look in the real life,
Right.
oh, I think you're more worse. The other is like, no, this I am.
Yeah, this is my color.
Yeah. So now you need to try the be the most similar than the real life.
In the real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we call this catfish when the person doesn't look like they are in the photo because you see the photo and then in real life and you're like,
Okay.
oh, it doesn't look like you. So for this reason, you really need to try to hone in on that color grade. It is very important. I do know that getting the skin tone correct can be difficult, but trust me, you can absolutely do it. And it is important from a model's perspective, as she says, when she's working with other people. This could be for being casted into roles. They can look and say, oh, we want this skin color, and then look at her photo. And when she comes to the actual casting, they're like, oh, hold on, because the photographer, she has this skin color here, but maybe the photographer makes it more contrast, so she looks more darker, and you're like, okay, this doesn't add up. So that reference photo on the JPEG can help you with that as well. Now, the last thing is the editing. This is the complete package. You have the color grading, and the editing is what makes the total photo. So the color grading, editing. The editing is where a lot of people get kind of crazy. We talked about it. You have the skin where you make it look real plasticky. Okay. You have the face where it looks really smooth or it looks like really contrasty.
Yeah.
Okay. Almost like, almost like muddy, almost like I've seen some images where people have edited them and the person looks dirty.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because I think obviously the concept of the art is different for every person.
right.
But is good that you have a concept of your art with your photography. But when you work with other person, you need to consider the opinion of the other person. Yeah, your client or your model. Oh, looks. Oh, I love that photo. Laos, like it's now.
Yeah.
If I like, you don't need to touch a lot that
I
photo.
love that photo.
Make a couple things, but don't change the a lot the colors and the texture, because if I want to see the photo again and I see it that looks different and I don't feel comfortable with that, I do pause.
Oh yeah, you don't post it.
I don't pause,
Yeah.
never.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks in that way because to her point, you have a photo that looks good. And this is where we as photographers, videographers, content creators, we need to be open in the sense that we have kind of two different lanes. We have our creative approach, and then we have a general approach. Now, it is good to have your creative, artistic eye for what you like, but also to be open minded for other people. From a business perspective, this is good because your creative style is creative to you. So you may love it, but other people may not. And so to be able to have the flexibility to have your creative style and the general style can be good because your creative style can be what keeps you going, what you like, and what you like to do. But your open style can be what actually attracts other models that continue to like your work, that will actually post it because they like it, and also general clients, because general clients may not like your creative style from the artistic standpoint. They may just want a general photo where it's not overly edited. Now, let me tell you that I know most people will book you based on how your photos look. So it's good to have a good amount of both, I would say, where you have your creative expression, but also you show them that, hey, I might edit a certain type of way, with what I'm doing, but I also can offer you general edits where it's not overly edited, it's no special type of color grade, but just a picture that captures the moment that needs little to no editing. Okay. And nowadays, that's what I do, little to no editing. Um, but there are certain things that I try to do to help me stand out. So, what would you tell photographers about the photos they take? They don't need to edit a lot, or what?
Well, I think in a couple's time, you need to edit maybe a little the light or the shadows,
Yeah.
maybe. But the idea is if you are professional, you should be try that in the moment that you take the photo looks like really, yeah, okay, no, like, oh, this is the photo, and when I edit
I need to.
is it looks better.
Oh,
O sea, nah.
okay. Okay, that's good advice. Thank you, thank you. And to add on to that, I think that's great advice because as we grow as photographers and professionals, we do and we are able to get images that are better and better straight out of the camera without needing a lot of editing. And so that is kind of the goal. And for me, I will say that this is the reason why I probably can post a lot of my cameras, sh- a lot of my photos straight from the camera without needing to edit so much. But with that being said, and the advice of Miss Selena, is there anything else you want to say?
Anything else? No. Just keep to growing and open your mind and your ears for look the vision of the other persons.
Okay. Especially if it's a collab,
Yeah,
because
especially it's like
yeah,
a collab.
especially if it's
Yeah,
a collab, because that is the meaning and significance of a collab.
yeah,
The photographer and model both take advantage
yeah.
of the situation. And so this is a great cue to let you all know, with all of those beings being said, if you are a photographer that finds yourself in this space with needing to know about off camera flash lighting, if you need to know how to get great compositions, how to pose your model, how to communicate with your model, how to call through your images, how to color grade your images, how to edit your images, lighting setups. This is the perfect time because now I am hosting an event and it is going to be in the DMV area where I'm from, where I take you through my complete workflow from start of setup to finish to actually editing the image, the total workflow where you can learn from me, model communication, pretty much everything. You're going to leave here knowing everything that you need to know to become better and grow in your craft. So I hope that I could see you here. And I hope you got some good information from this video. Until the next time, T to the M to the IDD, Miss Selena.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Okay, so I am here with another model's perspective just to add more emphasis on the process of editing, color grading, selecting photos, and things like that. We have Miss Tyra with us. And Tyra, I want you to let us know, uncensored, your thoughts exactly on the process of photographers editing. What do you truly feel?
Okay, me personally, I like the natural look. I don't like anything too like AI generated. For color grading, natural, simple,
Okay.
nothing too moody. I honestly like bright things,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
What else? Am I missing something?
No, I think, is that pretty much how you feel?
I mean, just like, you know.
Have you had any situations where you got some photos back and it didn't quite look like you or something like
Oh,
that?
hell yeah. All the time. All the time. And I don't say anything about it because, like, that's disrespecting another photographer's work.
Okay.
But, like, I just don't use them. I'll be like, thank you so much. You know, you get the point.
Yeah. And then you just say, okay.
Exactly.
I'll use it.
Exactly.
Okay. That's understood. Okay. So thank you for your perspective on it. And this just goes to add, a little bit more to what I'm saying about being cautious about over editing your image, because more and more models enjoy the more natural looking images. So just be cognizant of your editing when you are in the lab hours and you've been editing for a long time. Just be cognizant.